recreating some fabulous spring looks, few new pieces that I recently got to put in my closet, what I did this week in New York City, some fabulous finds, and this month's monthly report. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shakura, and I believe that when you feel good, you look good. So on this channel, I show you how to take fashion and use it as a tool to help you look and feel your best. So this video is a mixture of recreating the looks that we have done for many months and also the start of my new wardrobe. So everything we've done for the past, 2 months is probably going to be in this video. There's a lot going on. So if you have been with me for a while, you remember when we talked about the same outfit but in a different font. But today we're going to talk about the same outfit detail but in a different font. Each one of these ladies has these standout pieces but have styled them completely different. As usual, I tried to showcase a bevy of different styles, and hopefully you'll be able to find something within this whole video that is helpful to you. So one of my favorite things about getting dressed is accessories. I love a pair of sunglasses. I love hats. I die for a new purse, right? If you've been with me for a while, you know that. And accessories that are a bit different always catch my eye. Do I like them all? No, but I always think it's interesting to see something out of the ordinary. So when I saw the way that these three ladies styled this fringe belt, my interest was piqued. I think what's so interesting about this is that when you see this belt, you automatically think of a certain type of person or a certain type of outfit. The person might be a little more funky or might be a little more bohemian. So it's really interesting to see how somebody like Naomi Campbell styled it in a way that is neither funky or bohemian, right? Naomi essentially used it as a standout piece to bring an otherwise kind of normal black outfit to a next level. What's interesting to me is that she chose to go with a snakeskin bag as opposed to keeping the black alive. Everything she has on is black. Her glasses, her jacket, her shirt, even the belt. But she chose to go with a snakeskin bag, I guess to chop it up a little bit, right? To break up the monotony of the black. And I think that it is fabulous. She just styled this belt over a pair of leggings, which again makes a fairly simple outfit just a little extra. Some very simple jewelry and some oversized sunglasses, and she was on her way. In comparison to Naomi, this was also a fairly plain outfit that really benefited from adding this fringe belt, right? The outfit alone was fine. I would probably wear it. It is very clean. But by adding this fringe belt, it just took it to the next level. I love that she didn't stop there. With Naomi kind of kept it safe. But this woman, she added these over-the-top sunglasses. She wore wide-leg pants. She has statement pieces that are still pretty neutral, so it all kind of works. But I love that she didn't shy away from adding other statement pieces. She made a statement with the styling when she popped the collar and she pushed up the sleeves. You can't see it very well, but she has several ear piercings. And even the belt has a partner, right? So there's the fringe belt and then there's a belt on top of that, just to give the outfit more interest. Again, it doesn't look too busy because everything is neutral. Like imagine if the fringe belt was red and the glasses were yellow, it might be a bit more busy and a little bit over the top. And then in this case, it's styled very similar to the way that Naomi Campbell styled it. However, instead of styling the belt over a pair of pants, the belt looks like a fringe skirt. In fact, it might be a fringe skirt, right? It gives the same type of look. Paired with that beautiful civet bag and a structured blazer and some knee-high boots, perfection. All three of these ladies, in my opinion, really nailed it, but styled this type of fringe, belt or skirt, much differently, and I love them all. So if you're not new here, you know that of course I have options. I found fringe belts, I found beautiful blazers, I found some great things that of course I'm going to show you. So if you watched that video of me trying to style my red boots that just weren't working for what I was doing, I really think it was because, and I still have the boots, I haven't got rid of them. I really think it was because the color and the tone of red. The red that I have on now works much better for me than that kind of dull red. I still have them. I'm going to work it out, or I'm going to try to work it out. But red is definitely a staple color for me amongst a lot of my neutrals. In fact, red was my favorite color for many, many years. So when I saw the way that these three ladies used just a pop of color to really bring the outfit together, again, I was very intrigued. Grace, and I have talked about her a million times over, is just too cool for me. She is just too cool for me. I loved the way she styled it. The green and the red do not give Christmas at all. Paired with a denim vest and some oversized sunglasses, chef's kiss. So cool. Dark denim and a red bag always look so beautiful together. Always. Dark denim and a red bag. And I love dark denim and that kind of mocha mousse color. That always goes so well to me. And in this outfit, she did both. The dark denim and the red, and the dark denim and the mocha mousse. I even love that she had a little pop of color of red on her lips just to kind of bring everything together. The shirt is very interesting. I am not a person that's going to do a statement earring and a statement necklace, but she did both and it really worked out well in her favor in my opinion. And the pop of red just makes it a little more interesting. If you don't love red and you don't want to have a full red ensemble, a pop of red, whether it's the shoes or the purse, always works. Out of these three outfits, this is probably the one that I'm most likely to wear, even though I think they're all fabulous. It might be coming off black, but I'm pretty sure it's navy blue. I love the pairing of this type of red and navy blue. This would definitely also work with black, obviously, but navy blue and red kind of soften the look, right? Red and black could be kind of stark sometimes. In this case, I kind of love that the shoes and the bag match. Is very ladylike, very old school. However, if you notice in the other two outfits, the bag and the shoes don't match. So it really depends on what you're going for. In fact, I don't even think Grace had a bag, which is crazy to me because I always need a bag. This is most likely the way I would wear it. If your style is a little more classic, a little more flirty, this would totally work for you, and I love this one. So I found some great red bags, some fabulous red shoes, amongst other things that I want to show you. So speaking of red and how to play with it, Mango recently sent me this amazing red suit that I have got to show you. So remember in last week's video where I took you to Mango very quickly and I told you I picked something up? Well, this is what it was. Mango actually sent me this, but it was the wrong size. Mango to go switch it out for the right size. When I'm telling you, this color is fabulous. I told you guys that I wanted to start wearing more color. Like I said before, there are certain reds that don't look good on me, and then there are certain reds that do. This bright, vibrant, beautiful red is perfect for me. Maybe because it's like reddish, orange-ish, but it totally works. So this is 100% linen, affordable, because like I said, it's from Mango. If you're looking for color, but you're also looking for linen, this works. And I figured that I wanted to style this with anything but black. I was thinking maybe a light brown or something like these mules. These are so old. Well, no, they're not that old. Last year. They're last year from Zara. They're suede, not the best quality suede, but suede nonetheless. They are a bit big though. I don't know why I got them so big, but they work. I like this little peep of this light brown as opposed to the black, right? So I thought we're going with that. We're going to do kind of matchy with the bag. Watch my Japan vlog. You saw that I got this beautiful Louis Vuitton bag that was for the 15th anniversary of Louis Vuitton in Japan, and I feel like it will work really well with this. I really appreciate that this is not black or like a dark brown. I really love this color with this. And then of course, if you've been with me for a while, you know no outfit is complete for me until I find some sunglasses to go with it. So you know that I got these beautiful KAWS sunglasses, and I told you guys not to judge me, but I've been wearing them and I have been loving them. There's so many ways to style this outfit. I decided just to wear all red. I could have worn any color underneath this really. I could pair this with a cuff, a gold cuff. I can pair this with my Chanel brooch that I got in Japan. I have to show you guys, I made my Chanel brooch into a necklace and it's fabulous. So yeah, this is pretty much the start of me introducing more color back into my wardrobe. I'm not giving up the neutrals. I know some people were excited about that. I'm not giving up my neutrals. I love my neutrals, but sometimes a little red won't hurt. It is warming up so much in New York City, and I was just needing to be outside. One day, my husband and I went to the park and we were on the hammock. The other day, I was just walking around Central Park. It is time for spring, time to start being outside, shedding some clothes, and dying from allergies. This is what I did this week in New York City. There is some debate as to when the best season is in New York City. Some people believe it's the Christmas season, as the city turns into this cheerful place of wonder and lights and Christmas and holiday spirit. Other folks believe that it is during the fall because we get to see the leaves change and we get to start to be cozy and there's a little brisk in the air. Other folks believe that it's the summer because the city just lights up and everyone's outside and it's just one of the best times of year. But I have a different opinion. But hear me out. Hear me out. What if we were wrong all along? What if instead of looking at spring as this chaotic weather and this terrible time for allergies, we looked at it more as a new beginning, a new time to maybe start our revolutions, a new time to get out and start to move our bodies and shed clothes and just be outside. What if spring was actually the time we were supposed to be starting anew, as opposed to January? Now, I'm not saying that Christmas and fall and summer aren't fantastic in the city, but I really don't think that spring gets enough credit. The absolute worst thing is going to get my steps, why I came into Central Park, and forgetting my watch. So I have no idea how far I went, if I got enough steps. I could check my phone, but my phone is never accurate enough. But anyway, I walked. I got my little steps in for today. Now we are gonna go shopping. They say that insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I'm shopping in store at H&M again. Does that mean I'm insane? I fully walked into H&M thinking that I was going to be completely disappointed, as I have been of recent, especially this particular H&M. But I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised. They had a few things, they're still lacking, but they had color, they had a few things that were very on trend, they had things that were a little bit more interesting, but there were a few things that weren't half bad. Now, mind you, there were definitely some things that were obviously not so good. Like they had lemons everywhere, like we were in Positano. I thought that was odd. I am pleasantly surprised by the difference in J. Crew and H&M. Still slow shopping, so I didn't find anything that I had to have right now. Definitely some things on my radar. There's a Zara down the street, around the corner, so we're gonna go over there. I don't know if there's anything else in here I want to see, but either way, it's time to move on. Call me delusional if you want, but every time I walk by a Williams-Sonoma, I have to go in and plan. Feel like I want in my country slash suburban slash beach slash lake house. If you're not new here, you know that I would love a place in one of those places and also a place in New York City. Call me Delulu, but I will be prepared when the time comes. Yeah, so I knew it was too good to be true. J. Crew was okay, H&M was okay, but my goodness, Zara was horrible. Absolutely found nothing. So the Brooklyn Museum is having their 200th year anniversary, and they have changed so much and they're adding things, and there's going to be a lot of new exhibitions, and I'm very excited to go see. So on this day, I didn't have much time because I had to leave. But I learned so much. These particular works were done by folks that were from New York City. And if there's one thing that we are going to do, or us born and raised or transplants, is that we are going to be multicultural and we are going to fight tooth and nail to protect that diversity. New York City is made up of so many different types of people that if it ever changed, I don't know that I would want to be here. I absolutely love the different cultures that surround me. I always think about how blessed I am to have grown up around so many different cultures, and realizing that a lot of people don't get that. I don't know, I just feel like it opens my mind to so much more. During this visit to the Brooklyn Museum, something that totally stood out to me was the intersection between design, fashion, and art. You guys remember last week when we were at the MoMA and I spoke about this dress and how I learned about it when I was in the Fashion Institute of Technology and how it correlates with this artist and YSL. So this is also inspired by that same artist. You can clearly see the resemblance in his art and the color blocking, and the YSL dress and the color blocking, and also these pieces of furniture. The distinction and the correlation between art, fashion, and now design is unmatched, and I feel like I'm having such a great time learning about all of this. But like I said, I couldn't stay long. I had to go meet my husband in Manhattan. If you haven't noticed, my husband and I are people that like to take advantage of what is around us. Like I said, we might not always live in New York City, so we will take advantage for as long as we can. With Central Park and Prospect Park as our backyard, we are able to just walk around and see different cultures, experience New York City in its totality, and there's nothing like doing it with my best friend forever. But that time was definitely short-lived. I had to rush home to complete some more work, and he had to go back to the office. I am trying to get a head start and a jump on my videos. And next week we are going to be talking about some more beauty, and I needed to pre-record some things for next week's video. This articulating magic arm clamp mount from Newer really helps in me getting those different angles. You guys, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I like to shake it up a bit, and this helps to elevate my content, and it's just a little thing that works so well. If you are a content creator, I would definitely suggest looking into this Newer articulating magic arm. So when my husband got back home, we decided that we wanted to get in the car, drive over to Bed-Stuy, and see one of our favorite jazz players. However, when we got there, we were told that they were full. So it was a little devastating. So we just decided to drive back over to our side of town and go to a restaurant and sit down and relax, and so that I didn't have to cook. If you haven't been to Sisters in Brooklyn, it's very vibey, it's very comfortable, and I have to say the food is absolutely delicious. This virgin margarita was more delicious than I thought it would be. And yeah, I'm a child. I went for tomato soup and grilled cheese. Sue me, okay? Shopping, as we've talked about before, has gotten harsh. It has not been as fun as it should be, in my opinion, and it's been hard finding a lot. But this week, I really took some time to find some things that were a mixture of styles, and hopefully you could find something that you like or that inspires you to wear something in your closet just to get your brain going. So I couldn't find a whole lot, but this is this week's Fabulous Fashion Finds. With summer approaching, all I could think about is all the fabulous summer outfits that I want to be wearing. And I think that this one is a great option. I love the color. I love the frills. I love that it's flirty, but I also love that it is sophisticated. I am very excited about the spring summer and adding a bit more color. This color green works really well for my undertones, and yes, I can imagine it with like a little gold jewelry, a little basket bag or clutch. Yes, perfect for the summers. I have been preaching to you guys for a while now that ASOS has some really good affordable suede and other leather bags. If you do want a leather bag, ASOS is where to go. I thought this was very on trend. I love that it's slouchy. It's very similar to much more expensive bags that I've seen. And yeah, if you are a person that's really into the clean and the minimal, this is a great option. I personally love a vest or pants situation, or vest and skirt, or vest and shorts. It's really good, in my opinion, for certain jobs and just looking put together without having to think too much. Again, this is from ASOS. Keep in mind, it's not the best material, but I do like to offer a bevy of materials, as we don't always care about the same things. Some people want style, some people want quality. But if you are a person that does like quality, this similar outfit is from J. Crew. It's 100% linen, and it gives a very similar vibe. Also something fantastic to wear to work or just to chill, I love this. I would wear this, you know, to go get brunch. I do wish it did have a different color, but this works very well. Sticking with the sets, I love this mint green. This color does not look good on me, but the color is fantastic. Imagine wearing this with silver. Yes, this color and silver, so good. I love that the pants are wide leg. You don't have to wear it with the midriff. You definitely could wear something underneath it, right? But I think this is also from ASOS. Again, the quality is probably about the same, but it's just like a really nice put together outfit. There's nothing like a two-piece outfit to get you going and not having to think about your outfit. And then this bag is very on trend. It is that east-west style that you see everywhere. These kinds of bags, particularly the Miu Miu one, goes for so much. But this one is more affordable. I don't remember if it's leather or not. I will leave it in the description box. But if you like that look, you could definitely get it for cheaper. And okay, so I love this, right? Yes, you can see through it, but imagine it on vacation. You're bronze, you have a bathing suit on, you have on big sunglasses, you smell like Tom Ford. Do you know what I mean? You smell like that Soleil Blanc. Is that what it's called? This would just be, with some big gold bracelets, totally up my alley, and one of the reasons why I love neutrals. Now this is a fully leather bag, more expensive because it's all leather and fabulous quality, but if you care more about quality and less about price, this is a beautiful woven bag that you should take a look at. And this is for the person who wants something a bit different, right? This is a trench coat dress. Now, while I must admit, this is definitely different from something that I would wear, I could see some of the coolest people rocking this trench coat dress and making it look top-notch and just very fashion-y and just really, really cool. Sticking with this brown leather look, this looks very much like an expensive brand. We all know the brand, but it's not as expensive, but it is leather. In fact, they have a few different colors. Again, I will link it in the description box, but if you want that look, but you don't want to pay that price, this is the bag for you. It's very similar. And it's leather. I mean, you can't go wrong if you like this type of bag. And then would it even be a fabulous fashion finds if I didn't add a suit? You all know I love a suit. This pink suit is from Mango. It is 100% linen. I don't think it's the same one as the red one I showed you earlier, but it's beautiful pink. This pink would be fabulous on me. So yeah, like I said, it wasn't as much as I usually have, but it is definitely a few things that I found that were of interest to me. And yeah, better luck next week, I guess. I am going through a phase of trying to tweak my channel a little bit, right? If you see, I'm going to be trying different things. I'm not getting rid of your faves. You guys have told me what you like. Those would be staying. But I do want to try to do like some different things. I introduced last week the Everybody segment where we talk about wellness and beauty, but the monthly report, in my opinion, is one of my favorite segments to do every month. If you're new here, the monthly report is simply what I'm reading, what I'm eating, what I'm playing, what I'm obsessing over, what I'm recommending, and what I'm treating myself to. Every month I do this and I report back to you guys, and you all give me some of the best suggestions. So here is this month's monthly report. So a few things that I read this month that I found extremely interesting or beneficial to me was the first one on the left is called the Slow Boom Method. Become your best self without the pressure to hustle. And this is definitely something that I needed to read, in that I live in a city where hustling is just a part of life, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am not a hustler. Even though you do see me going to places, I don't want to hustle. I still have this perfectionist mindset where, like I said, I want a house, and a house in the country or the beach, and I want one here. There's a lot of pressure that I put myself under. This article helped me kind of reframe that and rethink about, how to do that and what's really important. I didn't put the links last month, and I meant to. I will do it this week. I'll put the links to the different articles that I talk about. This one in the middle is so interesting as well. As you guys know, I'm on this wellness situation. I'm walking and moving my body every day, not just to lose weight, but just because, and not moving every day is just not an option for me. So this article actually shows that women benefit more from exercise than men. And I was actually shocked about that, because my goal is to have us all walking, or whatever it is, just getting up and moving just a bit. And then the last thing that I read a lot this month, but the last thing, or the last article that I read, is called That Beige is the Color of Money, which is very interesting in that we are coming off of that quiet luxury trend. Apparently, according to this article, NutriHues has overtaken St. Moritz, right, where the very ultra wealthy reside in. And they say it's because they don't want to show off. That's an interesting article, but I would absolutely encourage you to take some time and read that, because I found it intriguing. And then for eating, I have been trying to do better, or have been doing better this last year, but just trying different foods. Shakshuka is a very interesting dish. It's super easy to make, flavorful, and not something that I grew up eating. I use this sauce in particular because I was roaming around one of my grocery stores and found this. And I said, you know what, let me try this. It's low calorie, it has protein, it's flavorful if it's seasoned properly, and you could eat this with so many things. Shakshuka is definitely something relatively new to me, but very delicious, and has helped me this month. The things I've been playing on my computer, on my cell phone, is the first Monday in May. With the Met Gala coming up this week, I thought that it would be great to refresh my memory about everything that it takes to put on this Met Gala. I've seen the first Monday in May years ago, right? But I wanted to refresh my memory and just connect a little bit with what's happening. It is so interesting, and everything that goes into it is overwhelming. I could not only imagine having to do this. I've been obsessing over Lena Horne. Last month that I watched her documentary. This month, all I have been doing is Googling and finding information and Googling. I love the fact that Lena Horne is a New Yorker. Now, she was born like I forgot the exact date, but she is a New Yorker through and through, and I loved every minute of everything. This video is long, so I don't want to talk too much about her, but I encourage you to look into her, and even if it's not her, pick somebody that is very interesting to you and try to learn more about them. I'm going to recommend researching and learning something new. Last week, I went to the MoMA, and I stood there and watched and looked at that Jackson Pollock for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And the more I looked at it, the more I realized why this looks so familiar. The direct correlation between Jackson Pollock and how some fashion was inspired by, it just started to come together. The circle of art and fashion, and now I'm learning design, is absolutely amazing. And I keep getting deeper and deeper into this whole thing. I'm loving it. And then treating myself. This is probably my third time me telling you about my new tennis bracelet. But I treated myself this month to this new diamond tennis bracelet, and my idea is to start to get a cute little stack. Another tennis bracelet, a different size, just to give my arm some depth, right? But because it is expensive, that won't be happening for a while. But I do want to look into getting some beautiful, thick gold bracelets. I don't know if I want them to be bangles or if I want them to be a gold, a regular gold bracelet. I'm trying to figure it out. But my diamond bracelet and my little Hermes click clack bracelet is getting kind of lonely, so it needs some friends. Even though that fringe belt is not something you would gravitate towards, can you see it some way in your closet worked somehow, like any of those three ladies? Is red a color that's too much for you, or have you just not found the good red or a perfect red for your complexion? What did you do this week in your city? What are your summer plans? I have tons of plans. I don't know if they're all going to work out, but of course I will vlog them and you will see them. And is there anything from the monthly report that you can suggest to me? You guys give me the best suggestions, and I tell you all the time, I've learned so much. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in my next video.